Yo, what's up, Boxing Combo? Let me lower down the music real quick. I'm playing that Xbox, the Xbox here. Jeff Lacey and Roy Jones. Jeff Lacey, Roy Jones, August 15th. Just giving my prediction on that fight. Roy Jones did look kind of good in his last fight. Jeff Lacey. Okay, last time I saw him, it was with Jermaine Taylor. But before Jermaine Taylor, I saw him fight. It was like a Class C fighter. It was kind of like a comeback fight for Jeff Lacey. And Jeff Lacey looked terrible in that comeback fight versus a Class C fighter. During the fight, the Class C fighter was actually banging on Jeff Lacey. During that fight, that guy that I don't remember his name almost knocked Jeff Lacey out. And at the end of the fight, I believe the other guy won, and they gave the fight to Jeff Lacey. And even Jeff Lacey knew it himself that he lost that fight, and he knew he lost to the fighter that wasn't, a true caliber, high-level fighter. So he's thinking, if I could beat this guy, why am I going to keep fighting? And when they asked him, what is your future plans? Jeff Lacey said himself he was going to retire. Said it, I don't know if it was on ESPN, it was probably on ESPN or on one of those show boxes, something like that. He said, I'll retire. And I'm thinking, well, I still think he's young, but I never liked Jeff Lacey since the first time I saw him, and I've seen him for years now. I never liked him. I just never liked the style, just throwing left hooks, just really basic. They always try to put him out there to be like the miniature Mike Tyson type, knockout power. He never had that power. He had the body, but he didn't have the power. He didn't have the skills either. He didn't have that type. He had skills, but he didn't have the Mike Tyson type skills. Anyway, I thought that was the end of it. I was never going to see Jeff Lacey again. Well, it's not that I hate him. I'm just saying I thought I was never going to see him again. All of a sudden, I see him land a fight with Jermaine Taylor. So I'm thinking, damn, Jermaine Taylor's probably going to win this fight. And you know what? Jermaine Taylor did win the fight versus Jeff Lacey, but it was a real good fight. I mean, back and forth. Y'all know Jermaine Taylor's a warrior. He keeps coming and he does whatever he needs to do to win. They were coming at it, it was back and forth. The fight was, it was kind of a close fight, but Jermaine Taylor was winning the fight, and at the end he won the fight. But Jeff Lacey, man, he really impressed me, and that was probably one of the only fights I've ever seen of Jeff Lacey that I really liked. I mean, I just gained a whole lot of respect for Jeff Lacey after that fight with Jermaine Taylor. After that, never saw him again. After that, saw Jermaine Taylor fight Carol Froge, where he lost. Saw Roy Jones fight, what was his name? Shamik? I forget his name, but anyway, Roy Jones won that fight, and that was Roy Jones, Jeff Lacey. Who do I think can win? Well, if I were to pick, I would say Roy Jones. I think Roy Jones can win this fight. The thing is, we all know Roy Jones is a little older now. His skill-wise, he's not the same like he used to be. His reflexes, the whole knot. But I do think Jeff Lacey, he's never ever going to be on the level of a Roy Jones. The only thing he has right now is youth. That's the only thing on Jeff Lacey's side, youth. Can he take advantage of that youth? He could probably take advantage of that. If he fights like he fought in the Jermaine Taylor fight, he can beat an old Roy Jones. That can really happen. If he fights like he fought in the Jermaine Taylor fight, if y'all guys can find that on YouTube, I remember I saw that live, but that fight's probably on YouTube. If he fights like he fought Jermaine Taylor a couple months back, he could beat an old Roy Jones. If he doesn't, I think Roy Jones can defeat him probably by decision. Anyway, I'm going to go with Roy Jones by decision. But if Jermaine Taylor fights like he fought in that night with Jermaine Taylor, if Jeff Lacey fights like he did on that night with Jermaine Taylor, I think he could definitely beat now an old Roy Jones. That could really happen. But still, my pick, Roy Jones, not unanimous decision, but Roy Jones by decision. And it will be a good fight. Pay-per-view, I think they went a little overboard with that one. I mean, pay-per-view, I don't think, I wouldn't buy that for pay-per-view. I would like to go out somewhere and see the fight, though. I would want to see the fight, but I would not pay more than $25 to see that fight. But it is a good fight. I do want to see the fight. Let's see how I get to go somewhere and see the fight. August 15, y'all got my prediction. I think Roy Jones by decision, a close fight. But if Jeff Lacey comes to fight like I saw him in that Jermaine Taylor fight, I think he can take the fight. Good fight either way. I'll give you another vid in a little bit about what I think about Paul Magellani and One, the baby bull Diaz. I'll get at you with that right quick in a bit, bro.